Do we have it? Week 4 of Firebirds football is back. Thanks for joining us once again. As always, Nick Johnson and Grant Hangeman in the booth bringing you this game. Your 3-0 Lakota West Firebirds getting set to take on the 2-1 Oak Hill Highlanders. And Grant, their record may be 2-1, but I think a lot are expecting another amazing performance out of Lakota West tonight.
Yeah, when you look at what's happened with Oak Hills, not last week, but the week before, Oak Hills went up against Sycamore. They got out with the W. It was only 20-15. If we rewind the clock a little bit, think through our minds, we'll see that Lakota also played Sycamore just last week, and they won 59-7. Basically run-ruled them with the clock ticking out there. And so what I see here is they both had a similar record, but Oak Hill's strength of schedule, it just is not on par with Lakota West.
Yeah, another one of those wins coming against Turpin. So definitely when you look at the strength, like you said, just not really on par. And talking about not really on par, next week West with a bigger task ahead of them with Princeton. How do you think that's going to affect the matchup here tonight?
I think West is going to play their game. See, you could be like, oh, Princeton, one of the best teams in the state, one of our best rivals. We got to look at them. But you can't. Every game's a football game. You know, they say it in the football any given Sunday, but in high school football any given Friday. If you mess up, you don't look at this team, you don't take this game seriously, all of a sudden, well, you're down, you lost. You don't do that. So I don't think that matchup will have much effect on this game tonight. I think we'll see two teams trying to give it their best, but I think West will ultimately come out on top as a clear victor.
Yeah, and you know, we didn't run an episode of Bird Talk on our YouTube channel this week, so we weren't able to get our predictions out there, but let's talk about that right now. I know a lot of, like we said, a lot are expecting a West victory, but the margin is kind of up in the air. Mitch Bolden, I think a lot is going to come down to his right arm, how well he's able to throw the ball. Turnovers are not what you want in this game, especially when you have the upper hand and you're expected to win by a lot. So I'm going to say West takes it, and they take it by about 40 points, another big victory. So, Grant, what are you thinking tonight?
I think we see here, I think we'll find a 45-10 Lakota West victory. Like I said, they're a bit better than Sycamore. They've got some strong wins here in the season, but ultimately when they faced a team who was up and closer to on par with Lakota West, such as Mason, they lost 23-3 and just an overhaul landslide loss. And so what I think here is just it'll still be a blowout, not quite as big, but I think we'll have a fun, entertaining one.
Yeah, and I know a lot are expecting this offense to have another great week. So let's go ahead and break down our Lakota West starters that we see on the offensive side of the ball.
So obviously you've got Mitch Bolden, 4-year starter, very rare in football. He's become extremely good. He's had a couple hiccups here, but almost this whole season he's been almost perfect. The guys looked electric out there, and we're excited to see from him. Obviously, for Lakota, you've got that receiving core is really what's super strong. You've got Brennan Remy, absolute breakout this year, just setting the stage every single game. Trent Lloyd, returning receiver, was Mitch Bolden's #1 target last year, and he's just electric. You saw his one-hand catch last week. And then you've even got another Ben Minnick, Notre Dame recruit, as your wide receiver 3. And so you're just seeing all these guys. And then you look at the wide receiver 4 and 5. You've got Josh Fussell and Malik Hartford, both D1 commits. They spend most of their time on the defensive side of the ball, but their athleticism leads them to be amazing on the offensive side too. Also, got to give a shout out to the big boys, Tony Curtis, Alex Key, and everyone else on that offensive line. Can't go without them. Without them, the pass game would be sacks and the run game would be negative, but they lead this way, and we're proud of them.
And you did mention Ben Minnick there. I once again want to take a moment to appreciate all the Notre Dame support that we've received on these broadcasts over the past few weeks. And with that said, going back to Ben, a big part of that defensive side of the ball, let's take a look at our defensive starters.
So, looking at the defense, what you want to focus on is that secondary. We have a secondary where almost every single player has a D1 offer. I'm pretty sure every single starter does, actually, if my memory treats me right. Malik Hartford, Ohio State. Ben Minnick, Notre Dame. Josh Fussell, Northwestern. So you've just got so many great players, and they're not going to be throwing the ball. So you're like, well, crap, we've got to run the ball. And then you got Elijah Davis. You've got Michael Brandkamp. You've got Jacob Asback. You've got these amazing run stoppers, and especially Elijah Davis, he can do the pass too. I can argue that he's the best defensive end in the GMC right now. And so expect a strong defense, a strong offense, and a lot of exciting stuff here from Lakota West tonight.
Yeah, another thing I wanted to ask you is coming into this week, I want to be looking at Tabron Benny Powell, one of those guys that's kind of been attracting a lot of interest among the D1 scout world. So what do you think we're going to see from a guy like him tonight?
he's a very versatile player. You saw him get that huge sack just a bit ago, and I expect, he'll be used where he needs to be used. He's still a junior, so don't expect him to be taking those senior snaps away, but he's really going to put in some work here. Like, wherever there needs to be a hole, I think he can fill that hole because he's just that guy.
Yeah, and I know we mentioned the Irish fans earlier. We cannot confirm anything, but Tabron did tweet that he is going to be visiting Notre Dame here soon, so maybe he's attracting a little bit of Irish attention. But we got a couple minutes before kickoff. We're going to take a quick step away, but stay with us. We got plenty of action on the way. Lakota West, Oak Hills, lots of fun. Stay with us. And we're back, ready to kick it off. It will be Oak Hills ready to boot it away on over to Lakota West. And last week, we talked about the offense, we talked about the defense. Last week to start the ball game, Giovanni Wilson takes one all the way to the house for 6 early on for Lakota West. I think we'll see another big night out of the special teams unit.
West does great on both other sides of the ball. Why won't they do both great on this side of the ball? So let's see what they've got with the kick away.
Fairly short kick. It'll be taken just past that 15-yard line. Once again, we see room on the right side of the field. That is Ben Minnick spinning away. It looks like they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. So 11:53 on the clock, but Minnick able to get it up close to midfield. I'm not sure where they say he stepped out of bounds.
It looks like they're going to say he stepped out around the 25, 30 maybe.
Ooh.
Refs are going to come out and spot it. It looks like at the... Oh, pretty far back.
Oh, there's a flag on the play. We do have a holding on Lakota West, it looks like, so they're going to back him up even farther. So it looks like that's why they're moving it so far back.
Simple mistakes. Talk about this every week. The number one thing you can do to win is do the things you're supposed to do well. And right there, they didn't do that well. One of the easiest things you can do in football is follow the rules.
Now right back to the 15-yard line where they caught it, so definitely a costly penalty on what could have essentially been a fair catch. And now Mitch Bolden going to start the game. He's back to throw. Under pressure, he's going to run with it. Gets quite a few out of it. Looks like he's got the first on that one, and indeed the chains will be moving.
Great stuff there. Once again, sees the pressure, moves on, runs, powers through, gets low, takes the hits, keeps moving. Now he's back in shotgun once again.
You see Junior Gonzalez, the back out to his left. See Bolden back to throw again. Under pressure across the middle. Trent Lloyd at the midfield logo, got a little tripped up. He's going to fall, but it's another Firebirds first down right at the midfield stripe.
What you love to see from an offense is when you're able to trust. And right there, Bolden really tracked Lloyd for almost all of his route. He knew Lloyd was going to get open, and he knew Lloyd was going to come down with the ball. So he stuck with him and fired it to him.
So we'll see another pass from Mitch Bolden on the way to the sideline. I believe that is Brennan Remy. It is for the first down on the sideline. Now the Firebirds able to bust into Highlanders territory for the first time here tonight.
It's a fun mascot name, Highlanders. I always like that.
That always trips me up. I prefer to call them Oak Hills. I'm sure you'll be able to notice that throughout tonight's game.
I'll call them Oak Hills too. Well, let's get back into it.
Bolden with the snap. Junior Gonzalez still the back. Bolden rips it, and it's going to be picked off. That's number 3, Brody 2. Able to return it nearly to the 40-yard line. So a great opening drive until that one pass right there, Grant.
What you're seeing there is, I talked about trust. Well, there's a fine line between trust and just naiveness almost. You can't throw it to the receiver no matter how much you like him. At some point they're covered. Right there, he was just covered. Bolden didn't really go through his reads. He locked onto Malik that whole play, fired it to him, even though he was purely covered. And the defensive back makes a better receiving play there and comes away with it.
So it'll be Jackson Schreiber, the man leading the Oak Hills offense so far this year. 35 of 62, nearly 500 yards. We'll see him run with the ball there, just up past the 40. Gain of a couple on the play, nothing major.
Yeah, Schreiber's not just led his team with passing, he's led also through running. He leads his team in rushing yards at 220 compared to his starting running back, DeMar Parker Jr., who only has 176. You love to see a dual threat quarterback. Most high schools will use it at this level because, you know, you got to have all options, especially in a game where there's so many different teams like high school football. You want to surprise people.
And I do recognize the name. I believe Schreiber are part of the Oak Hills baseball team as we get a whistle and a flag.
Don't you love those baseball, football players? Bring them up every week. It's a great to see dual sport athletes.
So it will be a penalty on Lakota West, I believe offside, so the ball will be moved up. And it looks like we'll get a second and short. Oh, they are moving the chains, so it will be a first down for Oak Hills. Their first down of the night, not even coming on an offensive play.
Yeah, well, sometimes the ball just rolls that way. And rolls that way, why? West isn't playing clean football. This is a problem we've seen every single week with Lakota West. They have so many stars. They have so much great core ability. But then every week, they just kick their own self in the knee by giving up these fouls.
So we'll see Schreiber back to throw. Evading pressure out to his left. Jacob Asbeck, the main pressurer. Able to pitch it away. He'll get past the first down marker into Lakota West territory at about the 40-yard line. And yeah, the chains started moving. I was thinking that might have been called incomplete. It looks like they were hesitating a little bit on moving the chains. But indeed, they do get it.
I don't know how much NFL you watch. Patrick Mahomes' sophomore season where he was a first starter. That right there was that Denver Broncos play where he rolls out. Patrick Mahomes did it with his left hand, though. But that was still beautiful, and Jackson Schreiber needs to be noted for what he just did there. That was incredible.
Now I'm going to be honest here. I think I like high school maybe just a little bit more than the pros.
Pros is just starting back up now.
So we'll see the throw from Schreiber on target, dropped by Kyle Toon on the play.
Well, it's a good night for football. As soon as the sun goes down, though, a little bit hot out.
So we'll see a second down and 10. Oak Hills not able to get anywhere on their first play of their new set of downs. Motion across the field, that's Nathan Fulton. And off to the right side. Able to get about 8 out of it is DeMar Parker on the right side.
This Oak Hills team is shocking Lakota West right now. I know it's too early. You can't say, oh no, we're going to lose this game. But to first off stop Lakota on their opening drive in a big fashion, and now march down the field with multiple first downs, and they're threatening to go into the red zone and field goal territory. This is something shocking, and they're making a statement right now.
Yes, so not quite a first down. We are on a 3rd and 2. See the handoff, and it looks like West able to stuff them before getting to the first down marker, so I believe we're going to see a 4th down on the way.
Much needed stop for West there, who's been struggling with clean play, and then also struggling just looks like there's going to be an interesting choice here for Oak Hills. We're not going to quite be able to call it a stop yet because Oak Hills is going for it on 4th down. They know how dangerous this West offense is, and they say, hey, we've got them on their toes right now. Let's capitalize.
It's always a fun part of the underdog mentality is that the 4th down and short, it's always a big part choosing to go for it or not. Always makes for an interesting decision. Oak Hills choosing to go for it here. We'll see Schreiber take the snap. Able to dump it off quick. That will be caught. That was Kyle Toon on the catch. Oak Hills with a new set.
Beautiful play there from Oak Hills. They know what their quarterback can do, and they know what their offense is capable of. They've got a quarterback who can read quick and run quick. So they knew they were going for a quick pass, out routes, curl routes, hook routes, all those. and that out route gets it. If it didn't, they knew their quarterback could make a play happen. So smart play there, executed well, coming up here on 1st and 10.
Oak Hill's 9 yards out of the Lakota West red zone. Have a first down marker on the 19. We'll see a handoff up the middle. Once again to DeMar Parker. Not much, but he is able to get a couple out of it, so we'll see about a 2nd and 7.
Couple good plays here for Oak Hills. I'm really excited for this game. Oak Hills off to a 2-1 start. You know, we even said it ourselves, a little bit of weak competition they had for those first 2 wins, but they're playing well tonight so far. And so I'm excited to see if they can keep doing it.
You know, I hate to throw out the C word very loosely, but you think they're playing a little complacent after that Sycamore game? See a handoff to the left side, not much out of it.
Yeah, I don't think they're playing complacent. We're talking Lakota West, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just double checking, but yeah. So, yeah, I don't think they're playing complacent. They were playing well. They're trying some new things. Starting pass first on offense instead of run first like usual. They've got some cool stuff and ideas going on here, but they just made a couple small mistakes and they're not executing as they should.
So we'll see a 3rd and 6 for the Oak Hills offensive unit. That'll be Schreiber taking it on the boot pass to the right side. Throw across the middle, incomplete. We do get a penalty flag thrown instantly.
A lot of laundry early on here in the game.
And it looks like that'll be a hold going against Lakota West. Indeed, that ball does start to move farther and farther towards the end zone. We'll see where the official spot is on that. Defensive holding only 5 yards compared to the 10-yard offensive holding.
Well, here come Oak Hills. You know what this is kind of reminding me of? That first Lakota East drive. They looked good on that first drive and ate up so much clock. If Oak Hills didn't start at practically the halfway mark of the field, this drive would be extremely long with how they're playing all these short passes and using every down in those 4th down sets.
So we are going to see a first down according to the scoreboard on that 15-yard line of Lakota West territory. The chains have not moved yet. The refs haven't blown the play dead. The chain's still moving. We will see the quick pass out to the left sideline. They are going to call that incomplete. Looked like he had it and maybe dropped it a little bit there late. That was DeMar Parker on the left sideline.
Yeah, there we go. Chains now finally set up, and they're going to call it 2nd and 10 on the around about 16-yard line for Lakota West.
Yeah, we love high school football, but sometimes between the chains and the scoreboard and the penalties, things can get a little confusing up in the booth.
Yeah, these referees, they use the same colored items for their flags and placement markers of the ball.
So you see Schreiber in the gun. Handoff up the middle. Hit instantly by Lakota West. Maybe about a yard, but not much more. So we'll see a 3rd and long for Oak Hills in the red zone.
Looked a little uncomfortable for the running back there. He got flipped over on his head. Good thing he's safe and not injured, because me up here, I was grabbing my neck from up here. Looked like it hurt.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, you look at the size comparison. I mean, Oak Hill's pretty noticeably smaller both on offense and defense. You got to wonder if that factors into the game plan.
Oh, it always does. There's a reason Oak Hills won't run it up the middle, and when they do, they're getting very little. Dakota West bodies are just massive, and it's really hard to push them away and open those gaps when they're twice your size.
So let's see the snap taken by Schreiber, nearly brought down by Tabron. Schreiber all day to throw, evading pressure. Ball looked like it was tipped in midair, but it'll fall incomplete in the end zone. We'll see a 4th and 9, and out comes the special teams unit.
Yeah, Schreiber did a really good job of evading pressure there, and I was very impressed with what he did. And he kept his eyes on the move. He read through all 3 reads he had on the east side of the field, but ultimately, I think there was just a miscommunication there with where the receivers were supposed to be and where he was going to pass. So that brings out the special team unit to take an early lead against West.
On the kick, it'll be number 99, Zane Hamilton.
Oh.
That's going absolutely nowhere. West going to let it bounce in the end zone, so no points on the board for Oak Hills. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Lakota West with another shot at offense. And we're back with more action. Lakota West going to take another crack at the offensive side of the ball. Last time we saw Mitch Bolden throw a pretty questionable pass that ended up being intercepted. This is the first play here. That's a handoff to Junior Gonzalez to the left side of the field. So you can see about a gain of 4.
West happy there to get that kick, not through the uprights. When you mess up, you give up an interception on the first drive and forfeit your first drive rights, you're always a little scared there. But West gets a little lucky. Special teams comes through, and now they get to retry that first drive like it never happened.
So see Bolden in the shotgun one more time, handoff. Taking up the middle. And they will pretty easily pick up that first down. Lakota West moving with efficiency. Last time they just hit a bit of a roadblock on that pass.
What I find a little interesting here is West was coming out. They only passed it besides Mitch Bolden's scramble on that first drive, and it led to an interception. So far this drive, they've only ran it. And besides, no plays on this drive. So decided to switch up the game plan here after an early fall.
That interception, Mitch Bolden's 3rd on the year. He's going to scramble if it won't get about 2 or 3 out of it.
Currently on the year, Mitch Bolden has 8 touchdowns to 3 interceptions now. And that's what you want to see. A good quarterback keeps their touchdown interception ratio 3-to-1, meaning they throw 3 times as many touchdowns as interceptions. And Bolden, sure, he's 1 under that. He has 8 instead of 9 to get that 3-to-1 ratio, but he's looking pretty good right now and has had a great season so far.
As far as stats go, the completion and the attempt rate not really lining up, not very accurate, especially after that Say-X game. See the quick dump off to Brendan Remy, who's able to push quite a bit. Very evasive through the Oak Hills defense. Gets within about a yard of the marker.
Yeah, that Say-X game, a lot of Mitch Bolden's completion percentage numbers are quite down because if I remember correctly, there was 8 dropped passes from Lakota West receivers that game. And some of those passes, the defender wasn't even within 5 yards. It was like Say-X came into that Lakota West locker room and put some Butterfinger on all the gloves. But, yep, here we go. Out for another play. Bolden in shotgun.
Still Gonzalez in the backfield. We'll see the snap taken. Bolden to throw well off target. Not sure where that one was going, but we'll see a 4th down here early.
I believe it was smacked by a lineman for Oak Hills, and it went straight up. That's why that pass was a little off target there, but always scary. Especially when that ball is just right up in the middle of the air. You have a moment where you're like, who's going to come down with that? Luckily, nobody did this time, but here comes the punt unit to kick it off to Oak Hills.
So we'll see the Notre Dame man, Ben Minnick, out to punt. Guy who does it all for this Lakota West team. It'll be fair caught by Brady LaGresa. Another one of those baseball guys. Oak Hills continuing to use those multi-sport athletes. And before we get into the next before we get into the next Oak Hills offensive drive, we do want to remind you that the Lakota West Craft Show is coming up. They're looking for student and parent volunteers. Students can get volunteer hours out of it, and it would be a great opportunity to get some help in with the community.
Oak Hills coming back out here. They're also looking for some redemption. West's last drive was looking to pretend that first drive didn't happen. Oak Hills, they're looking to repeat their first drive, but just finish the execution.
So we'll see a handoff to start this drive up the middle. Absolutely stonewalled by the West defensive front.
I'm still pretty surprised with Oak Hills tonight. They're playing extremely well. It's exciting to see. While we do love seeing West blowout team week after week, it's not as fun as a good game. Football's great when it's played well by both sides of the ball. So this is a great game we have here, and we thank everyone for watching with us. Let's see if West can make a move here on defense.
For those of you that don't know, stick around a little later in the stream. We'll be giving away a $15 Skyline Chili gift card. First to answer a trivia question correctly. That pass batted down by Malik Hartford, the OSU man.
Beautiful play by Malik Hartford there. He reads that ball, and he realizes that the quarterback's on the run, and he doesn't have the time or space with the sideline to loft that ball in. So he closes the gap between the quarterback and the defensive back to make it so he can get out in front and bat the ball down before the receiver can get an angle on it. And it was just amazing what you saw there, what he did with his game IQ and what he did with his athleticism to execute on his plan.
So we'll see a 3rd and 9. Schreiber no doubt looking to pass this one. Gets it to DeMar Parker, his running back. Not able to get much out of it. We'll see a 3 and out for the Oak Hills offense.
Not the drive Oak Hills was looking for, but Lakota West, it's the drive they were looking for. Defense finally got back into themselves. That, like I said, that secondary is deadly, and Oak Hills threw all over them last drive. This time, they tried throwing again, and Malik Hartford said, I'm a D1 recruit. We're all D1 recruits. Take a look at this. Batted the ball down, and now look, we're watching them punt.
So it'll be Brennan Remy, the man back to receive. Bounces just shy. Remy not going to touch it. Oak Hills looking to down it. Looks like they got it about the 28-yard line, and they do end up touching it. So we're going to take a quick break. 1:39 on the clock here in quarter number 1. All tied at 0-0. We'll be right back. Thanks for sticking with us. Lakota West football back once again. Mitch Bolden looking to lead this offense down the field for the first points of the ball game. The jet motion, we'll see Trent Lloyd on the fake. Will end up being a keeper for Mitch Bolden. He'll get 2 out of it.
One thing we want to know is you might see it in the camera and you might hear it in the crowd. It's Future Firebird Night. All these young kids from all the elementary schools around coming in to see what this high school is about, see what the Lakota atmosphere is, and see why everyone here is proud to be a Firebird. And so you've got all those kids training to be cheerleaders, trying everything out. And so it's an exciting night here for Lakota West, and we're happy you guys are watching from home.
See Mitch Bolden takes a snap, a handoff to Trent Lloyd. He'll take it on the left side. He's got room. Nobody stopping him. Breaks a tackle, breaks some ankles to the 40, the 35, 30. He's got room stretching across the middle of the field. Does he have it? It looked like he will. That's a Lakota West touchdown. Trent Lloyd taking it all the way on what was supposed to be a quick handoff, but just like that, West able to take it into the end zone for 6.
Beautiful. When you're getting stuck back like that, it's really hard to get out of that rut where you're just going out every time. You need an explosive play to really get your energy flowing. And right there, once again, I say this every week, get the ball into the hands of the star player. What they do? They got it in Trent Lloyd's hands. And he easily takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
So it'll be Bond to boot it through, and indeed he does. So 7-0 here early on. 46 seconds left in the first quarter. We're going to take another quick break, but we'll be right back. Oak Hills looking to retaliate. Maybe not.
No, wait till both.
And we're back. Lakota West ready to boot it away. Ball on the southpaw. Gonna let it bounce in the end zone. So we'll see Oak Hill start on their own 20-yard line. 46 seconds to play.
A little bit of contact there between Malik Hartford and number 30 for the Oak Hills team. Getting a little chirpy.
We do want to apologize if you hear a little bit of noise in the background. Some technical stuff going on right behind us. We'll do our best back here. We appreciate every single member of the crew.
Once again, we always got to remind you, we are pretty proud of our streams. Occasionally we do have some errors. It's completely student run and student funded at the moment. So we're pretty proud of what we've came up with and pretty proud of what we're doing. And we're excited that we're getting better every week. And please excuse us if we ever have any technical difficulties.
So it'll be Schreiber, fakes the throw, handoff up the middle, not going to go anywhere. So the run game really starting to slow down for these Highlanders.
They were really riding that run game earlier in the game, and that was what really gave them a lot of momentum. Because then when you're locked in on that run, that's what gave them that pass game with all those quick passes out. So when this run game doesn't work, it can get a little scary. But right now, it's getting some scary.
Yeah, haven't really seen them throw the ball all that much.
Yeah, first drive they felt a little bit confident, but actually right here, I'll detail that more in a second because this first quarter is running out, and we are going to be right back in a second. Thank you for sticking with us.
And we're back with another 12 minutes on the clock. West currently leading this one 7-0 over the Oak Hill Highlanders. As always, Nick Johnson and Grant Hageman bringing you the coverage of tonight's football game. See Schreiber, first play rolls out to his right. Throw is off target and incomplete. Oak Hill's looking for a flag. There is no laundry down.
I don't know if you saw that, but Coach Bolden jumped, got his massive vertical out, tried to pull that one-handed Odell catch, and it was just out of his reach. And he laughs and screams in anger that he missed it. It's always fun to see your coach having fun on the field down there.
Yeah, I can't tell half the time. It looks like he's either yelling or really enjoying himself. He's a very fun one to read.
It's a fun one in person, too. Love him around the school. Great guy, great coach. And here we are, back set up for 3rd and 10.
So we'll see Schreiber to pass. I say we haven't seen him pass very much, but we see another throw, that one well overthrown to Jacob Day. We'll see a 4th down here early.
He made the right read there. Safeties were playing way too deep, and no one was on or around him. So he immediately recognizes that and tries hitting that quick out. But his execution was not there. Ball flies a good 7 feet over the receiver's head. And now Oak Hills has to punt.
Fairly shallow punt taken by the return man, Remy. Trying to find a hole. Can't really get very far. That is not a flag. I do believe that is a placement marker down on the field.
Yeah. These refs, they've got to get 2 different colors there.
Yeah, we've been saying that for the past couple of weeks. You've been hearing all of us make mistakes with that, really. It's kind of frustrating at times, but it's all keeping us on our toes.
Yeah. You would think someone would go, hey, should we make the flag and the placement marker 2 different colors? But, you know, it is what it is, and we'll keep going here.
How about orange and yellow? Let's go with those colors.
2 barely different shades.
So we'll see Trent Lloyd taking another handoff after the miracle that happened last drive. He's not going to get much of anywhere on that play on the left side, and it'll be about a 2nd and 10, maybe even a 2nd and 11.
That's what the board's calling it, so guess that's what we're going with. Well, West out here trying to make it a 2-score game. That's what they expect going into this game. They're like, oh, we're the better team. But so far, they haven't played as well as they've thought they would, and so they're trying to execute and fix that.
So we'll see Mitch Bolden running with it up the middle. He's going to get about to the Oak Hills 40 right at that 1st down marker. We'll see where they signal it. And indeed, the chains will move, so a 1st down for Lakota West.
It's a classic Mitch Bolden move. Just, he does that where he takes that, he takes the snap, he looks around just to play around. People think he's going to pass, but then he immediately tucks it. Receivers just all run vert, so the defensive backs are pulled out of the game, and he gets a good 10 yards.
So we'll see once again Trent Lloyd in that jet motion. He's going to take the handoff. Trent Lloyd absolutely destroying the run game right now, able to push forward to the 20-yard line through a horde of Oak Hills defenders.
Yeah, Oak Hills has got to lock in. They were doing really well at the start of this game. Now all of a sudden, they can't even contain Lakota West. So if they want to stay in this game like they did for that whole first quarter, they've got to start and turn it around right now.
Yeah, I've said this a couple times on Bird Talk, but sometimes these teams with the underdog mentality, they come in and they play off of pure adrenaline and just that momentum that they have coming in, especially on an away game. Zap throw from Mitch Bolden to the right side. That's going to be caught at about the 5-yard line.
Lakota West moving in here for first and goal. I believe this is the first and goal of the game. Trent Lloyd had the big run there, and that's what got the touchdown before. Before this, it's been a defensive shutout for both teams. So here we go.
Oak Hills able to work into the red zone, not quite to that first and goal point. Once again in that jet motion, will be a fake handoff. Junior Gonzalez going to take it up the middle instead of Trent Lloyd. He'll get about half of it on that play.
Right there, that's what we call like setting up the defense. You do the same play over and over and you get big results, and then you fake it. You go for it. That's why play action works so well. You've set them up, and they're ready to fail there. But Oak Hills read it decently well. West does get some yards out of it, but they do not get that touchdown they wanted.
Yeah, we've seen that jet motion with Trent Lloyd quite a bit this year. I wouldn't say quite as much as we've seen it here tonight, as we'll see it one more time. Fake handoff. Bolden going to try running with it down at about the 1. I do not believe he crossed the goal line, and they will indeed call him down at the 1. But once again, going back to that Trent Lloyd fake jet sweep.
It's amazing. When you get a play that works so well so many times like that, you're able to make fakes, and you're able to capitalize. So here we are, 3rd and goal.
See Bolden line up under center for the first time tonight, able to push through, no doubt about it. He's across the goal line, 13-0 Lakota West. Tyler Bond going to be come out to take the PAT with 8:36 on the clock in quarter number 2.
Mitch Bolden's looking good tonight. His arm may have had a couple trip-ups, but now he's like, well, I'm a dual threat quarterback and equally as threatening in both roles. Let's start those legs. Those legs are moving, and he's playing well, and I'm excited to see what he does for the rest of this game.
See the flags running across the west sideline on our side of the field. See the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good by a mile. 14-0 here early on. Lakota West leading the Highlanders. 8:36 to play in the half. We got some more action, lots of fun on the way. Stay tuned. And we're back. Lakota West getting ready to boot it away. Tyler Bond ready to kick one off to Oak Hills, who now trails by 2 possessions, 14-0.
Something we're excited about, viewers probably at home have noticed, and you guys should be excited about. We're finally out of that 480p zone, and we've got HD finally. You can see the play without having, squint a little bit to make it look good. And so here we are with some HD, and ball goes out the back there. And Lakota West to come out on defense and Oak Hills to come out at the 20.
Yes, we do want to mention one more quick time that Lakota West Craft Show looking for volunteers, parents, and students. All are welcome. Students get volunteer hours out of it, and it is a great chance to connect with the community and help out your Lakota West family.
Second quarter of play. It's exciting. We're up 14-0. West here with the stop can turn this into a blowout very quickly.
Not as far apart as a lot of people thought it would be. For those curious, the Skyline gift card giveaway is still on the way.
That will be happening in the third quarter of the game tonight, so stick with us. Even if this game starts rolling, gets a little out, we still got some fun stuff down the line. Lakota West football is always fun to watch.
So we'll see the handoff there across the middle, about 2 on the play for DeMar Parker. And we did announce that it would be in the second quarter. I apologize for that. We have made the decision to move it to the third quarter after we've had a couple of issues go on behind the scenes, but we did get those figured out, and that'll be coming to you in quarter number 3, so stay tuned.
Oak Hill's first run there, trying to keep it simple. Just try getting something started. It's always good to come out with a safe play, try getting the ball rolling. But here comes Oak Hill's, now probably coming out with a bigger play over here. Schreiber back, moves, adjusts, goes up the middle, gets a huge breakaway here, slides down. Oh, that's going to be a foul on West. QB was clearly sliding, and he still charged and hit him. But it looks like no ref is throwing a flag. And that's going to, you know, we're a little biased up here to West up here, but that seemed like a very apparent foul. Oh, there is a foul down there. We've got a bar coming right down through the middle of our glass here, and it perfectly blocked the foul for me. I'm sorry about that. And here we go. Refs seem to be discussing what type of yardage Oak Hills is going to get for that. Wait, they're going to move the ball back. They're going to call a foul on the offense. They're going to call, I think that was holding if my eyes treated me right. And so they're going to say holding happened before they hit the defenseless quarterback. And so they're going to call holding there, and it's going to look like a 2nd and 12 for Oak Hills.
Yeah, not quite sure what was going on there. It looks like the ball now officially just shy of that 25-yard line. Lots of fun going on, and we say it every single week. I feel like it needs to be said once again. Wish we had those refs mic'd up in high school.
Oh, I see what's going on here. It looks like they're putting it as a 1st and 5. So they're not going to give them the yardage because of the hold. But the foul that was committed by Lakota West is always an automatic first down. And so they're going to say they're going to cancel out the yards, and they're going to say, well, they're going to get 5 yards there, not make it a 1st and 10. But that's where it looks like they're going to bring it out to. Ref's still discussing what to do with this ball. Yep, they're going to call it first down, saying that that penalty did still matter. He did hit the defenseless quarterback after he gave himself up. So now it looks like they're changing it to 2nd down.
Yeah, not quite sure what's going on, but we did see Coach Bolden give him the thumbs up. So whatever they decided, and it does look like you're right, 2nd and 5. Clock running now at 7:35 and counting. So we'll see the snap taken by Schreiber over to the left side. Quick over to the tight end. That was number 5, Nathan Fulton on the play. Just shy of that first down marker. See about a 3rd and 1 on the way.
You know, there's 2 different games going on here. Got the game on the field, and you've got us versus the referees. Currently, I think we're losing on the season. Refs have got us in a little bit of a chokehold here, but we're making do.
I believe tonight alone, it's what, 3 refs, 3 us, nothing?
Yeah, it's a little harsh up here, but we're making the best we can. Sun finally tucking behind those clouds, and we're all able to cool off a little bit.
It's the earliest that we've seen the sun set as we get later in the season. Hopefully that continues. And we did see the handoff up the middle. It didn't go anywhere, but they did decide last second that last play was going to result in a first down. They moved those chains right before the play. I'm sorry I didn't catch that for you. But we go right back to a 2nd down, 2nd and 10, just shy of that Oak Hills 30-yard line.
Oak Hills discussing some stuff up there. Schreiber giving messages for his men. Good leadership there executed.
CDC Schreiber back to throw. Under pressure instantly. That was Mike Brinkkamp trying to drag down Schreiber. Going for that shoelace tackle, not quite able to drag him down. That elusivity from Schreiber, able to get him out of there. And he's going to be running out of bounds on the left sideline. Not much on the play, but he did a lot of running for about a yard.
Well, it wasn't just about a yard. I would call it about 8 because he was about to go down for -7 or so. So,
See what he did there? That was impressive. Sadly, he didn't turn it into that big of a positive gain. Looks like a timeout's going to be called here.
So it will be a timeout. We'll see who it is on, and it will be on Lakota West, I do believe. Oh, no, it will be on Oak Hills. Sorry about that one. Again, the ref ball kind of getting in the way, but it'll be 2 timeouts for Oak Hills remaining. 5:53 on the clock. We're going to step aside for a quick moment. We'll be right back in a few. (14-0) our score. Your Lakota West Firebirds currently ahead of the Oak Hills Highlanders. 5:53 on the clock in the second quarter. See a 3rd and 9 to start. It'll be Schreiber on the left sideline. No receiver in sight. Not sure if he threw it away or if it was just far short of the receiver. But we'll see a 4th and 9 on the way. Oak Hills to punt.
what I believe we saw there was senior Jacob Day was running a streak, and it looked like the quarterback was throwing a bit of a cutback there, and so he was looking for that curl. He was looking for that corner. Receiver just kept running the streak, didn't even turn behind him to look for the ball. So we see Schreiber throw it straight out of bounds. We see the receiver gunning it. Oh, but the ball is dropped. Punter's going to kick the punt. It's going to fly, and
Yeah, it did look, I mean, that bad snap, it looked like Lakota West was going to get in there and block it, but he is somehow able to get it off and away to the 34-yard line of Oak Hills territory. Or, sorry, Lakota West territory, where West will start. They have 5:35 on the clock and a fresh set of downs, looking to make it 21-0 over Oak Hills.
Lakota West seemed to be having an interesting conversation with one of the refs, led by Malik Hartford. 4 Lakota West players were trying to figure something out with him, but not quite clear what they were looking at there.
I do believe it was last week we saw that running into the kicker call, which was a little bit confusing because we did see contact on the ball. There I didn't see contact, but there was definitely running into the kicker. So Mitch Bolden able to get that one away. Sliding attempt from the receiver, but he's not able to come down with it. So we'll see a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Bolden been really good on the run. He started off with a couple of problems early on in that St. X game with his ability on the run, but right there, he tried throwing it cross body. Those are always hard. He was running out to his weak side. For our viewers at home, that means when a quarterback runs out. And so he just throws across his body, and it flies short and bounces, and it's just behind the receiver.
It was Scotty Johnson who went all out for that ball, unable to come down with it. You see Bolden and Gonzalez in the backfield, able to dump it off. That's Kanan Berg up past the 40 to the 45. I believe he got that first down. We can't quite see where he went out of bounds. It is blocked by that West team on the sideline, and they will give him the first down. So the Mitch Bolden to Kanan Berg connection able to pay off for about 10 yards for your Firebirds.
Kanan had a big-time bunch of stuff last week after the starters came out, and he became that wide receiver 1 there for a bit. It's exciting to see him getting some more starting reps now that they saw what he could do, and they were like, hey, we should give this guy some time, let him catch the ball. It's exciting when you see a senior playing.
You know, I have to shoehorn it in there. Another one of those baseball guys. See the throw from Bolden off the hands of Cannonberg, tipped up in the air, going to hit the turf. Another 2nd and 10.
Right there, Cannonberg was playing defensive back. Honestly, he deserves a D1 offer from all these universities for what he did right there. He realized, oh crap, that ball's behind me. You know what else is behind me? Oak Hill's defense. So he sticks his arm out, adjusts, and swats down the pass, just like a great defensive back would. So here comes Mitch trying to redeem himself after a couple of bad passes here on 2nd down.
Snap taken in the shotgun. Bolden running out to his right. Gonna scramble with it. Looks like he has the first. Keeps moving through those defenders. Able to get quite a bit out of that. Up past the Oak Hills 40-yard line as we do see a player hobbling off. I believe that is Giovanni Wilson running towards the west sideline. So we'll try and get an update on that injury.
Hopefully it's just a little cramping. The fact that he didn't even go down and he's not going to the medical tent immediately. I bet his leg just cramped up and he's okay, it seems, but we'll update you if anything does come out about that. That's not what we hope it would be.
See Bolden take a snap back to throw. Bolden looking deep for Brennan Remy. Tried to make an Odell-esque catch at the 5-yard line, just off his hands and incomplete.
This West wide receiver corps is playing defensive back again. I know Remy was going for the catch there, but
you know who was also going for the catch?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And they were right there. That ball was right to that safety.
Brennan Remy lays out, gets a hand on it, and that safety goes, oh, darn. Where'd the ball go?
So here comes Lakota West out again.
Mitch Bolden, not quite as money as he usually is today.
Yeah, we do love that nickname, Money Mitch Bolden.
Fits well most weeks. Fits well for his running game today. Passing's just a little off, though, today.
And the seniors paint their parking spots. His is all dollar signs. He tries to fit that one in there. It's Ben Minnick, dropped and incomplete. Bit of an off-target pass, not really on the receiver, but we will see a 3rd and 10 on the way.
Yeah. So Mitch is having some problems with accuracy today, especially this drive in specific. But the worst thing you can do is start thinking, I'm playing bad. Because what you never want to do is think, I'm playing good or I'm playing bad. Because as soon as you do that, you just start thinking about how you're doing and not what you're doing. And then you just start playing bad no matter how well you were doing beforehand. So he's really just got to keep his mind clean and go into this play fresh.
Bolden back to throw once again. Accuracy issues not stopping their playbook as he's going to run up the middle for quite a bit. Moving it to the right sideline, toe tapping it. Not quite sure where he went out of bounds, but that was definitely inside at least the 10. I believe that was the 4-yard line is where he went out of bounds. We'll see the official spot. We're moving it back to about the 9-yard line, I believe. Yeah, about the 9-yard line where he went out of bounds. From our angle, looked like he got a little bit farther, but you can't quite tell. So we'll see a very long 3rd and goal on the way. Or 1st and goal, sorry.
Yeah, West has got a couple more downs to put that ball in the end zone.
So Gonzalez, the man in the backfield with Giovanni on the bench. Bolden going to be back to throw. Hard pass across the middle, tipped up in the air. 2 Oak Hills players and 1 Lakota West man diving for that ball.
Mitch Bolden diving for it.
It was a very interesting play. Not quite sure what was going on there. Lots all over the place, but it did drop incomplete, and we do have an Oak Hills Highlander down.
What I think we saw there is Bolden realized that ball's up in the air in the middle of 5 Oak Hills defenders, and he's like, I've got to go for it. And he dives head first and gets that ball out of there without it dropping to be an interception. And he's just a big guy, so when you throw your body in there, you're going to hit someone hard. Bolden's lucky he didn't come away injured from that, and it's really sad to see an Oak Hill player got injured.
Yeah, I do believe that is number 7, Owen McChristian, down on the field, the junior defensive back for Oak Hills.
Some sad 7-on-7 violence there.
Yeah, so while we do have a couple moments, we do once again want to remind you about the craft show coming up for Lakota West, looking for parent and student volunteers. And for those of you looking for the Skyline Chili gift card giveaway, that has been moved to the 3rd quarter. You still have an opportunity to win the $15 Skyline Chili gift card, so stay with us. And thankfully, that Oak Hills player now walking off the field without much assistance.
It's always good to see. Hopefully he just got the wind knocked out of him. Wouldn't be surprised if that's what's happened. You've got a massive guy throwing his full weight at you to block a ball, and if that hits you square in the chest, of course the wind's going to get knocked out of you. And so I expect that's what we saw there, and hopefully he gets back in this game as soon as possible.
We did see Giovanni Wilson running back to the Lakota West sideline, so it looks like it might have been just cramps that he is now back from. So we'll see a handoff to Cannon Berg, just tripped up. That was Cooper Harrison, the sophomore, able to make the shoelace tackle on Cannon. not quite able to get much out of it.
What we're seeing there is, once again, Kanan earned his spot last week by playing well. You got to wonder, at what point does Davion McCoy earn his spot? He's been playing out of his mind and playing every snap like it could be his last.
Yeah, Davion McCoy, he is a junior, so he will have next year, but even next year he will still be playing behind Wilson and Gonzalez.
I believe he deserves some play time. Every time he touches the ball, something special happens. So don't be surprised if we start seeing him in the rotation like Kanan Berge is tonight.
So we'll see once again that jet motion with Trent Lloyd, but it'll be Bolden back to throw this ball. Lloyd with a block. Bolden on the throw to the corner of the end zone. Is that caught? It looks like they're going to signal it incomplete. Oh, no, there it is. Touchdown. So Giovanni Wilson able to catch a dime of a touchdown pass in the back corner of the end zone. We did see a touchdown signal, but now the offense running back out. We've seen mixed signals from different referees. We saw touchdown, we saw incomplete, and I believe they are officially calling it incomplete now.
Looks like they're also calling a penalty with how far West is going back. I was wondering, I think it was complete, but I think what happened there was Mitch Bolden was across the line of scrimmage. Because when I saw him throw that ball, he looked like he threw it at the 3, and the scrimmage was at the line, like the 5. And so I was worried when he threw it, but I saw the ref signal touchdown, and I was like, touchdown! But then I look and I see, oh, the ball's being spotted at the 14-yard line, and it's going to come back.
We did officially see that catch signal from the referee, so I do believe you're right. For those that do not know, an illegal forward pass penalty does result in the loss of down, so we will see a 3rd and 9 upcoming. Bolden once again going to look to throw, runs out to the left side, evades a tackle, and he's just going to scramble out of bounds to minimize losses. Steven Sanders able to get back and pressure Bolden, even made contact, not quite able to bring him down. So we'll see the Lakota West kicking team on, looking to make it 17-0 with just under 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Tyler Bond, southpaw kicker, one of the most accurate kickers in the GMC. Expect him to do some great stuff throughout his career. Out to kick it away.
Out to hold for Lakota West, Aaron Peters. Snap the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So 17-0 our score, 2:30 officially on the clock. We're going to take a quick step away. We'll be right back. Oak Hills with another crack at offense when we come back. Back with more action. Lakota West up 17-0 over the Oak Hill Highlanders. We're going to see another kickoff on the way. Tyler Bond ready to boot this one away. Oak Hill's looking to punch one into the end zone for the first time tonight.
You want to roll into half with that momentum, especially since you get ball to start the second half. You can get a 2-for-1. The West could never even touch the ball. You could put up 14 points. Imagine if all of a sudden that scoreboard didn't say 17-0, but 17-14. This would be a game, and you would feel like, hey, this is one we can win, so let's go out there and win it.
Yeah, so Oak Hills does have 2 minutes and 30 seconds and 2 timeouts on their side. So they shouldn't have a problem as far as time is concerned marching down this field, as we are all aware, 2 minutes in football, especially in quarters number 2 and 4, can last quite a while.
Oh, yeah. Well, here we go to start our 3-hour journey to halftime.
No doubt about it. You see a signal from the referee. Elijah Davis is now marching off the field. And in his place, we'll see another defensive lineman. So not quite sure what the refs were signaling there.
Looks like they're saying there's a malfunction with his helmet. Because
Elijah Davis was not happy to come off. Bolden not happy he's coming off. And the ref is having to be talked to and explaining why he won't let Elijah play. And now we've got a man with a screwdriver on Elijah's helmet.
So we'll see the toss, handoff to the left side, flag instantly down in the backfield. I don't think you have to be an expert lip reader to read some of the words that are coming out on that west sideline.
A little bit of anger there.
It looks like that play coming back for Oak Hills. Multiple flags on that play. It will indeed be a 5-yard Highlanders penalty. Marching them back all the way to the 10-yard line in their own territory.
Elijah Davis back out on this play. Star defensive end for Lakota West. Happy to have him back. This time he's like touching his helmet, making sure, is anything going to be wrong here to get me kicked off the field again? It looks like he's all good and he's going to play this down.
Yeah, so we'll see Schreiber once again in shotgun, ready to take the snap. See a handoff up the middle. Instantly hit by Lakota West. Not much on that one. DeMar Parker started off the game pretty hot. Ever since then, not so much.
Sun's starting to go down now. It's feeling really good out. It's also always beautiful. See that sun just peek over the buildings, but not enough to hit us in the eyes or make it hot here in the booth. It's a great feeling.
I would say this is about the nicest we've experienced all season. If you do get a quick stoppage in play with 2:01, it'll be a Lakota West timeout, saving all that time they can. Maybe looking to punch one more in before half.
Just to remind all of our viewers at home, there is no 2-minute warning in OSA football, and so that clock is not stopped for that regular 2-minute warning everyone thinks about in the NFL. It stopped because Lakota West took the timeout, as my partner here, Nick, said just a couple seconds ago.
And while we do have a moment, we want to remind you that if you are here for the Skyline Chili $15 gift card giveaway, that will be moved to the third quarter. You still have a chance to win that $15.
Nick is very excited about it, as he should be. It's a great giveaway, and he loves to advertise it. We're excited for one of you guys to win it. As a reminder, how you'll win it is we will have a trivia question for our viewers. We'll say it on the stream. First one to comment and answer at us in our YouTube comments will be the winner. We will reach out after the game and announce the winner on Twitter afterwards. But we will not do that during the game because we've got some good football to watch. But here we are back out with Oak Hills on offense.
And I do want to clarify that it is in the live chat, not the comment section. So make sure it is in the live chat. It'll be the first to reply correctly. We'll see a 2nd and 18 on the way, 2:01 on the clock. Schreiber end up handing off the ball. Oak Hills takes it out of bounds. Very minimal game. Ethan Gadberry on the handoff, the senior running back. So it'll be out of bounds. The clock will stop. 1:51 to play, so 10 seconds taken away on that play. And we'll see a 3rd and equally as long.
With this little stop here, it seems like another timeout has been called. I want to let you guys know that last night we had a fun game. We came out for the girls' soccer game against East. I won't ruin the ending for y'all. You guys should go look it up and watch it yourselves. Some great moments, a lot of great plays from both sides. It was an amazing game. And so it's up on the YouTube channel. Go check it out. Also, our Moeller soccer game is back up online. We will be covering both boys and girls soccer, a few more games for each of them throughout the rest of this year, along with every game we cover for football. And so stay tuned, watch those. We've got a lot of great stuff here for you guys.
Yeah, thank each and every one of you for supporting what we do. It started as a dream not that long ago, and here we are broadcasting every single football game, adding in some soccer as well. And what a big 48 hours it's been for Firebird Field here down at Lakota West.
About to make it 72. Tomorrow night we travel to St. X and broadcast you that amazing boys soccer matchup between our Lakota West boys and St. X's Bombers. So join us for that, but here we are back with some more football.
St. X rivalry always fun, even when it's not football. See the handoff up the middle, quite a bit out of it, but nowhere near that first down marker, 17 yards away from the line of scrimmage. We will have another Lakota West timeout called. They have one remaining. Clock will be stopped with 1:44 to go. Oh, sorry, that was Lakota West's final timeout. They took another one off the board. As we said, the refs and the scoreboard, oil and water, but we'll figure it out together.
You know what else we're figuring out? I think my prediction of that 3-hour journey to halftime is coming right to fruition real quick.
Yeah, you know, we started, when did we say that, 2:35?
Yeah,
We're now at 1:44.
it's been like 10 minutes since I said it.
We'll see where we end up going. You know, last week with that running clock against Sycamore, that second half, I don't think it was any shorter than the first quarter.
Oh, yeah. The game is only 12 minutes each quarter. And I would say maybe each quarter in reality was only like 17 minutes. It was about a 35-minute second half. We all got to go home early. I feel a little spoiled from that because now we're sitting up here and we're like, man, the clock's moving so slow.
You have to play a football game today.
I know. We've got a broadcast. Well, here we are. Oak Hill's out to keep going, playing some more football.
Of course, it's always a party up here. We enjoy it every single week.
One of the best parts of the week.
See Oak Hills to punt it away. 4th and 8, nearly blocked. High kick. Bounces at the 50 to 45. Remy going to let it bounce. Oak Hills looks like they're going to down it. Nobody wanted to be the one to touch that, but it'll officially be spotted at the West 39-yard line.
Both teams coming into their huddles here. Lakota West wants to make a statement on their final drive. If they can put this as a 24-0 lead in this half, it'll be very commanding, and it'll be like a nail in the coffin for Oak Hills. Oak Hills is hanging on for dear life, and they're trying to stop this drive before this game gets out of hand.
Yeah, we do see the Oak Hills coaches box 2 hour left up here. It's been fun watching their reaction along with us this game as we see that laser of a pass from Mitch Bolden to Brendan Remy. 15 yards on the play, and first down for Lakota West. You do see that clock running. We're now under 1:30. Weston hurry up. Bolden to take the snap, back to throw. Under pressure, looks like he's going to scramble with it. Indeed, he does. Up the middle, slides. Not quite a late hit there by Cooper Harrison.
You know what I'm getting flashbacks to? The final minute of that Moeller playoff game last year, where that clock is crunching, and we're just trying to get something going here.
And nearly caught by Trent Lloyd on the deep pass. Went up with one hand, unable to bring it down.
He had a beautiful one hand last week. Goes down low to the ground. That one there looked like more like that iconic Odell Beckham catch. He almost had it too. Whole crowd held their breath there for a second. Sadly, he just slips on it with a few seconds left before it comes down.
We've seen a couple of those Odell-esque catch attempts here tonight for Lakota West. None of them successful, unfortunately.
Yeah. We love seeing the attempt. It'd be so much cooler if we almost got just one of them to land. But here we are. West out, 3rd down and 1.
It's 3rd and 1. It'll be Bolden up the middle. Easy first down. Spins all the way out to the 30-yard line of Oak Hills territory. Able to get much more out of that.
West almost fortunate that that ball was dropped there. Because, see, you might be like, oh, no, we just dropped a big gain. But one thing they're seeing is, oh, yes, the clock stopped. We can breathe. But here they are, back out, running that ball.
Yeah, the chain gain needs time to work, too. And was that caught by Brendan Remy on the right sideline? Do we have a signal? I believe that is going to be called incomplete. But Remy able to haul it in. He might not have had his feet in bounds.
That was pretty impressive there. The body control and the focus it takes to track that ball through defensive swatting and maneuvers. That was impressive there. Another good look for Brendan Remy, who's starting to get all those eyes on him with his performance throughout this season.
He did tweet out that he'll be taking a visit to UC. Whether or not UC is looking at him, we can neither confirm nor deny. Is Bolden going to go down for a loss of 5 on the sack? 25 seconds and ticking on the clock. Lakota West is in hurry up, maybe looking to go for 1 or 2 more. They are out of timeouts. Now under 20 to go. Bolden looking to throw. Shimmies away from pressure. Evades it very well down the field on the left sideline. Caught and out of bounds. That was Malik Hartford who has it at about the 16 or 17-yard line, out of bounds with 5 seconds. I do not see the kicking unit on the field. There is 5 seconds, so it looks like Lakota West going to go for the touchdown rather than the 3.
Right there, that was good play from both the receiving corps and Mitch Bolden.
all of a sudden when you see your quarterback under pressure and rolling out, you're not running your routes anymore. You're in improvisation mode. You've got to make a quick cut, and you've got to lock in where you're going. And Bolden, he's able to get his eyes back upfield and see two receivers made themselves open. That was great play from both of them. But here we are, last play of the quarter.
See Bolden back to throw it one more time, looking for the end zone, and it is caught and dropped by Giovanni Wilson. Now, I do believe that ball hit the ground before we hit triple zeros on the scoreboard. So we'll see if Lakota West has 1 second to work with. But Giovanni Wilson nearly able to haul it in, as we do see Oak Hills running into the locker room, but Lakota West staying out. They say they had time on that one as it hit the ground.
Oak Hill said, if we're already in the locker room, they're not going to make us come back out, right?
Yeah, and there is the signal. So Lakota West going to march off the field as well. Some smart coaching scurrying on into the locker room early for Oak Hills. But at halftime, 17-0 our score. Lakota West looking to march on in the second half, finishing away Oak Hills. Stay with us. We got a lot more action. We get the Skyline Chili gift card giveaway and hopefully a Lakota West win along the way as well. So stay tuned. Stick with us throughout halftime. We'll be right back. And we're back. A whole second half of Lakota West football on the way. The Firebirds leading the Oak Hill Highlanders 17-0, coming out of the locker rooms at half. West getting ready to boot this one off to Oak Hills as they received in the first half. As always, bringing you the coverage of tonight's game. Nick Johnson and Grant Hageman up in the booth as always. As always, you also got to show love to the people in the back. Dimitri Fizik working production, and a bunch of other people up on the roof working the camera. We appreciate each and every one of them, and we're excited to bring you back for a second half of Lakota West football.
This is the first time in 2 weeks, Nick, that we're starting the second half without a running clock. I mean, that's exciting in itself. I mean, sure, not exactly exciting for Lakota West, but it's pretty exciting for us to watch some full football and get a full game finally. But here we are, kicks away, second half is starting.
Bounces at the 1, but it'll eventually go through the end zone, so Oak Hill's going to start on the 20-yard line. And for the first time tonight, I believe that this is the darkest it's been all year, so we're really getting the true Friday Night Lights experience as we get later into the season.
Especially since we have a full second half this time with no running clock. We'll fully get to ride out that half, and we'll get to see how dark it gets and really just enjoy the lights. I'm so excited to see a touchdown because, man, Lakota West touchdown is an atmosphere hitherto undreamt of.
Yeah, I mean, those new LED lights they added, you can't ask for anything cooler than that. If I were a high school player.
Last night, we didn't get to see a goal from Lakota West as soon as the lights went down, and I was hoping to see if we got those. But here we are with a rush out to the left for about 5 yards for Oak Hills.
Yeah, Oak Hills relied on that run game early in the first half. It looks like if the first play is any kind of tell, we're going to see just that from them in the second half. You got to wonder how much of this first drive is scripted coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, you can't exactly script a whole drive because things will always happen. You won't be like if you would script the drive, you'd be like, oh, streak right down the middle, 50-yard pass, first play touchdown. But they've got a game plan. They're going to try sticking to that, and I'm excited to see what they come out with.
Another handoff up the middle. They keep pushing the pile. Looks like he'll be about a yard or two shy of that first down marker.
Oak Hills section finally starting to fully fill out a little bit there. We're about half full. I mean, Lakota West showing out tonight because it's Future Firebird night. We've got all the young kids here experiencing Lakota West for the first time. But Oak Hills, only about half of them are experiencing Lakota West for the first time.
Yeah, Coach Bolden building some serious regime on the west side, and these young kids hopefully going to be a part of it, sticking around throughout the years.
Love to see the next generation showing up.
So see the snap taken in shotgun, handoff to the left side. Looked like he was nearly brought down for a TFL, but he's going to escape well past that first down marker. And there go the chains. It looked like for a second they might call him out of bounds, and there is the spot of the ball. So they did say he stepped out of bounds. I didn't hear a whistle. I didn't see any dead ball signal, and now the chains do start moving. So a weird spot and a weird series of events. We brought it up in the first half. We'll bring it up again now. Ref Ball and the Lakota West Student Broadcasting Club are not exactly great together.
They're up 4-0 now. But here we go.
So we'll see the handoff up the middle quite a bit on the push. Not quite the first down, but they'll get about 7 on it.
Seems that they found Jackson Stryber. He's extremely elusive and really good on his legs, but a couple of his passes have been off, and he's best when he's trying to improvise and really make something happen. And so they're like, let's run the ball a lot and get West on their toes, and I expect to see some options here. Schreiber running off with the ball himself too, and them trying to start something interesting here on this drive.
So we'll see Schreiber take the snap in the shotgun, instantly throws off on the screen. First down and more. That was Jacob Day on the left sideline, able to wiggle his way down for not only a first, but quite a bit more out of that.
Some good play there. With great execution. We saw them try to do it earlier. Put that out route on. Just get the ball going and moving. Get it. Quick thing before a defensive back can make a play. Last time Schreiber threw it about 7 feet over the receiver's head. This time Schreiber hits his mark and they get that first down and move the chains.
Jacob Day, quite the receiver for Oak Hills, entered today with 12 receptions for 184 yards, and you can tell they're trying to feed him the ball here today. See the play action across the middle. Who else but Jacob Day? And we do want to note that they're is a running clock. We have seen some plays go out of bounds, but I don't believe that we've seen that clock stop as Jacob Day brings it near to a first down, but not quite.
Gotta wonder, did Oak Hills request a running clock here?
I mean, that's what West Claremont did in the playoff game last year, so it can be done. I don't know why they would request it in a game so close the way they've been playing, especially on this first drive. I mean, they're getting close to a touchdown drive.
Yeah, they're all, like, still 3-score deficit. It's not good. You don't want to be there. But to just straight up go out and say, yeah, no, we'll just call this game.
Especially in a GMC rivalry, too, as we see the handoff there, not going to go anywhere. Bring up a third down.
Seems a bit odd of a call from Oak Hills if they did request that running clock.
Yeah, we'll see. We're just now at about 8 minutes in the third quarter. Just as we were getting excited about seeing these lights and how dark it gets, and clock starts running on us.
Nobody wants to see our full glory and a full broadcast. Only St. X was really up to the challenge. They almost won that game, too. Came down to the final seconds. Go check that out. It's probably our favorite game we've called so far. So many iconic moments from that game. Hopefully finding some more next week against Princeton as we rush here for our first down from Oak Hills.
Yeah, it did look like they were moving the pile, so indeed the chains will move another set of new downs. And the clock did stop for the chains moving, so I don't believe we have a running clock after all. Not quite sure what is going on.
Clock's still moving. Well, we talked about that Princeton game earlier. It's going to be exciting. Mitch Bolden is second in the league, only to one man in passing yards. Who's that man? R.J. West of Princeton. It's going to be a great matchup. We hope you join us here next Friday.
Yeah, definitely going to be looking for Mitch Bolden in that game coming off of today. Not a great day as Schreiber under pressure, able to get it off, dropped by the tight end, Nathan Fulton on the right side of the field.
That right there, great play for Schreiber. A lot of improvisation, gets the ball off on the run, but receiver drops it.
So on the incompletion, the clock does stop 6:59, so not quite sure what was going on there. I do believe that when you're in the third quarter and you go out of bounds, the clock does not stop. So
if a running clock is in order.
I do believe, yeah, that's what we were seeing behind the scenes here. So we do apologize for the miscommunication.
Refs 5, Lakota West 0.
That's probably 6 at this point. We've probably missed something. So we'll see Schreiber, the handoff to the right side. Lots of room for Oak Hills. There is Laundry down in the backfield.
And this time, I think we have a safe bet on that being a flag.
Yeah, probably going to be a hold, and indeed it is. There's the call. Oak Hills going to be doing the cha-cha, backing up a little bit. 5 yards on the holding penalty.
Yeah, really love when Oak Hills messes up there and gets us going backwards because they were getting some momentum, and so it's great to see their drive go back because Lakota West was struggling a bit there to hold them and contain them. So now West, sorry about that, gets to finally breathe and keep moving.
And I do apologize, I did misspeak there. It is a 10-yard penalty for offensive holding, so we'll see a 2nd and 20 on the way with 6:33 on the clock. Oak Hills just now starting to make their march down the field, and that penalty could be a bit of a buzzkill.
Schreiber in the shotgun.
Take the snap, back to throw to the left side, hits his man Jacob Day. Day brought down around the knees, so they get right back to where they were, about 10 yards back from that first down marker, 3rd and 10.
Number 11, Jacob Asbach, star linebacker this year for Lakota West, getting into it with one of those Oak Hills offensive linemen. Especially in a game like this, you never want to see players getting a little bit physical and pushing and yelling. Because this game, Lakota's pretty much got it in the bag, and it's not even a main rivalry. You want to maintain tempers, especially when you've got Princeton next week. If you're suspended, man, you just not just hurt yourself, but you just hurt the winning chance of this team. So they need to learn how to keep their cool and exit this game safe and ready for next week.
So we'll see Schreiber in the backfield, in the shotgun. Takes a snap. He'll be back to throw instantly under pressure from this West defense. Gets it off. And he just throws it away. Had no chance at hitting a receiver. That was Micah Markley, the defensive back for Lakota West, who just instantly pressured Schreiber and gave him no chance of getting that one into the hands of a receiver.
Oak Hills here. Out to punt it away. And maybe they were right if they requested a running clock, but it doesn't seem like they did.
The penalty did seem to kill him there. There was no foreseeing that one. They do still have 5:22 on the clock in the third quarter as that punt is booted up and away. Brendan Remy, the return man, he gets it up to the 20, the 25, 30, out of bounds. And we are not going to take a break because we have some interesting stuff on the way. I know we've all been anticipating that $15 Skyline Chili gift card giveaway. First to answer the trivia question correctly and type it into our YouTube live chat will win the $15 Skyline Chili gift card. We will be reaching out to the winner on Twitter. So if you do not follow us, go to LWHSBC on Twitter and DM us if you are the winner. So with that, our question of the day for the gift card. In his NCAA debut, Lakota West star graduate Alex Safari totaled how many total tackles in week 1 against Miami of Ohio? That is total tackles. How many did he have week 1?
Good luck, everybody.
It'll be the first correct answer. DM us on Twitter with a screenshot proving it was your account, and we will get you that $15 Skyline Chili gift card.
But for now, let's watch some football.
We
Favorite thing to do.
We do have football. Lakota West back out. They still lead Oak Hill 17-0. Now under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter of play.
Bolden lining up the team.
And we do see a flag instantly. And we do have a winner. It is Morgan Stevens who won the Skyline Chili gift card already. Morgan Stevens, please reach out to us on Twitter. Send us a DM and we will get you your $15 gift card.
Congratulations. We love to see that it wasn't just one of our great viewers. It was a student at Lakota West. It's always glad to see the interaction between students and students, and we love the support from in this high school. Remember to reach out to us over Twitter. We'll get what you need, and thank you for showing out tonight.
And that was a very quick response, too. Seemed off the top of the head as that rushed to the right side. Junior Gonzalez not going to go for much. It'll be a 3rd and long for Lakota West.
West coming out here. 3rd and 11 is not where you want to be, especially in a drive where you can put this game away, because third quarter is winding down. And if they score here, they will be on the verge of making it a four-score game. And 4 scores in one half, it's almost impossible. You need a lot to go your way.
Bad snap on the play, and we do get a whistle instantly. It'll be a false start on Lakota West, so it'll now be a 3rd and 16 with 3:31 on the clock.
We got that one.
We did. That was pretty quick by us in the booth. I appreciate the work out here.
Got some solid stuff going.
You know, as we get farther and farther into the season, week by week, becoming even better of a unit. We appreciate all of our viewers sticking with us throughout the process. It's been a very fun ride. We hope to continue to bring you amazing broadcasts, not just throughout the football season, but throughout all Lakota West sport seasons as well. You'll see Bolden dropping back to pass. Looks like he's going to scramble. He does end up trying to throw a laser on that right sideline. That was to Brennan Remy. He does say caught. Do not believe we've had a signal yet, and they are going to say catch. He did catch it, but it will still be a 4th down, and on comes the punt team.
Yeah, right there. I mean, good play by Bolden to get the ball to his receiver and heads up there, but when you're at a long distance, you want to get it and you want to go for the 1st down. He threw a check down to the side, which did go complete and was a good play by both players, but it ultimately really has no effect. But wow, what a boot from Ben Minnick there.
It looked like a bit of a low snap too, but Brady LaGrace are going to call the fair catch for Oak Hills. We're going to take a quick step aside. 3:03 on the clock in the third quarter. West still up 17-0. Stick with us. And we're back after the quick break. Oak Hills Got 3 minutes and 3 seconds in the third quarter, looking to drive down, put their first points of the ball game up on the board. See Schreiber take the snap, thrown very tight window, hits Jacob Day right at that first down marker. It doesn't look like it'll be called a first, but nonetheless, 9 yards on the play for Lakota West. Oh, and it looks like they are moving the chains, so first down. The refs once again keeping us on our toes. We cannot escape it.
It's got to be up to like 8 or 9 at this point.
Oh, it has to be, but that's the fun.
We're not perfect. Surely the ref system of orange and yellow is not perfect.
No.
You know, we're having fun. It's the best part.
That's what it's all about. See Schreiber, the handoff up the middle. Not going to go much of anywhere. Eric Dorsey on the handoff gets about a yard.
We had a pretty beautiful sunset tonight. It was really nice to see. Sunset just peeked over the clouds. Lots of red, orange, yellow. Just an amazing sunset. It was quite extravagant, but now we finally got the lights out, and we're seeing full-on Friday Night Lights up here in this booth. Happy you're with us as this game proceeds into the late night here, and we've got a matchup. Still only 17-0 Lakota West. Oak Hills to snap.
Now under 2 minutes in the third quarter of play. Schreiber back to throw, gets it off to the left side. Instantly brought down. That's a loss of yards. Jacob Asbeck, one of the leaders on defense this year. I believe he's still leading in tackles heading into this week.
Yeah, he's been incredible. It's about reading and then putting your body leverage into it. And right there, he saw that out route underneath. It was a little bit of a wide receiver smoke screen underneath. And so he tries throwing it out to the side and getting it. Jacob Asbeck, he's like, where are you going? I'm right here. Ball's right here. This is a tackle for loss. And he tallies another one to his already immaculate total of tackles for loss this season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what the scout world is looking like with him, but I'm sure scouts already starting to turn their attention and look at him maybe going D1.
Only a junior.
I know the UC fan that I am. I know where I want him to go as we see a throw deep down the field from Schreiber. Incomplete, no flags on the play. And that will bring up a 4th and 11. We'll see if Oak Hills elects to go for it in this tight ball game.
Yeah, looking at this position, I don't think it's something they'll consider, especially just confirmed by the punt team coming on. I mean, sure you would want to go for it because you're like, man, third quarter's almost out and we're down big, but 4th and 11, that's even bigger than the natural first down start. I don't think that was really an option or a choice.
Snap is good, kick is good, up and away. Brennan Remy takes it just shy of Lakota West 45-yard line at about the 44. Lakota West going to bring their offensive unit on with 53 seconds to go in the third quarter. They still lead 17-0 over the Oak Hills Highlanders. And we are back. While we are away, we do want to note that there was a Lakota West injury. Didn't look too serious, but Malik Hartford did end up limping off the field onto the Lakota West sideline. I would have to imagine in a day like today, we will not see him back in this ball game. We can see him hobbling on the sideline as we get a handoff there. Junior Gonzalez going to take it up the middle, powers his way for the first down. Malik Hartford, definitely an injury you don't want to see if you're Lakota West. It looks like he's trying to walk it off. Maybe another issue with cramps, as we did see Giovanni Wilson go down earlier in the ball game with what we believe to be a leg cramp.
Yeah, they're not taking him to the medical tent. He's just doing some athletic stretches on the bench. He seems to be fine. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't put him back in just in case, but he seems to be fine. That's always great to see that the player isn't injured and they're good to keep going.
You're going to see another handoff up the middle. It's Junior Gonzalez going to pick up about half of it, 5 yards on the play. We do want to note that we did not upload an episode of Bird Talk this week. We will be right back with that next week. Mo Egger as our special guest on the podcast.
Yeah, Bird Talk didn't go up this week due to some complicated schedules and some unforeseen stuff. We're all human, and we all also have other commitments, and just some complications came up, and we couldn't get that this week. But we're excited to bring it back this upcoming week with some special guests and some good stuff. But as I talk, there goes the third quarter, and we'll be right back with fourth quarter action as this game runs down to the final 12 minutes.
And we're back, 17-0, still our score with the final 12 minutes officially on the play clock. Lakota West going to start with the ball. We'll see a jet sweep handoff. That's Trent Lloyd working his way to the right sideline. He's got quite a bit of room to run. Not quite going to pick up the first down, but he's able to get a couple out of that. And I do believe the chains are moving. So, again, from our angle, we have a hard time seeing this sideline close to us. But we do indeed see him pick up that first down. The chains are moving. Now Lakota West inching ever closer to that red zone and potentially another touchdown.
A little bit funny here. Oak Hill students actually came out with the flashlights on almost to wave goodbye to their own team. Seen that a lot here with these teams who are just losing big. Wave themselves goodbye.
And we'll see a handoff up the middle, not much out of it.
Lakota West lines up out here now. Fumbled snap, it looks like. West players dive on it, but waiting for the call. And it looks like they're going to still call it Lakota West ball. Crisis averted there.
See what the call is on the play. See where the ball gets spotted. It'll be about a 3rd down and 5 where it stands.
Excuse us, we threw up the flag graphic there. It was just a marker, and those always come out when a fumble happens. We're learning as we go. This is a multi-person production, so all it takes is one person to make a little slip. But we'll keep moving here with Trent Lloyd on a jet sweep.
And he's on a jet sweep indeed. Gets quite a bit out of that. Able to work it for a West first down as they are well inside the red zone now. We do thank each and every one of you for tuning into this broadcast. We've had quite a few successful football broadcasts to kick off the season. We hope that you stick with us in the future going forward. We hope that you stick with us here tonight to enjoy another Lakota West Firebirds victory.
Don't say that. As soon as you say it, all of a sudden, whoops, there becomes a loss. But Trent Lloyd breaking out to the left.
And he's able to fight his way inside the pylon. Are they going to call that a touchdown, or was he out of bounds? We do see him out of bounds is what the refs are saying. So not quite inside the pylon, but pretty dang close as he gets to about that 1 yard line. Just under 10 minutes now here to play in the final quarter. We'll see Lakota West try and punch it in for 6 more. Bolden with the snap, handoff up the middle. Junior Gonzalez, no competition whatsoever. West gonna punch it in. 6 more on the board. Bond gonna come out looking to make it 24-0 Lakota West.
Yeah, what you're seeing there is Mitch Bolden has been lethal with his legs all game, especially in the red zone. Already has a rushing touchdown on the day. So all of a sudden they go, okay, we're in the red zone. We see Mitch Bolden about to take this. He's going to run it. They've got all the backers shifting to the west side of the field, running after Bolden.
But he handed it off to Wilson, and Wilson runs up the middle, powers it in for a touchdown. And now you've got the West flags going down the sideline as the PAT goes up and is good.
Yeah, Bond got all of that one. 24-0 now our score, 9:48 on the clock. We'll be right back in a few seconds. We're going to take a quick break. Thanks for tuning in and stick with us. More West action on the way. They now lead 24-0 after the Junior Gonzalez 1-yard touchdown rush that puts them up by a much more unreasonable margin. Oak Hills probably going to struggle to come back here in the final moments. As always, Nick Johnson, Grant Hageman bringing you the coverage up here in the booth. As Bond going to kick this one away to Oak Hills. Let it bounce in the end zone. Oak Hills going to bring it out to their 20 to start.
We didn't fall for it. They threw out those position markers. We didn't. Hey, that's a point for West broadcast team. We want to thank ourselves here. High fives all around. Fist bumps in the booth. We're figuring this out. Those orange markers, those yellow markers. We should put in a complaint. How it's gonna work.
Oh yeah. Something needs to be done.
Yeah, I believe in the NFL they're just straight black to throw the markers.
Black or blue? I was thinking about that the other day. I'm not quite sure. I don't really pay much attention to the NFL markers. See the pitch over there to the left side. Quite evasive on the run is Jacob Day.
Yeah, we call that a cutback. So you start running towards the left side of the field, and the whole defense and offense shifts left, and all of a sudden the hole opens right because everyone's momentum is going left. So he notices that, which is great. We saw Davion McCoy utilize that multiple times a couple weeks ago at East. And so he sees that, cuts back, goes straight up the field, and gains a lot more yards than he would have if he would have just kept straight running into that defense.
So we'll see a 2nd and 7, only 3 yards on what was pretty good rush from Oak Hills. Jacob Day moving that ball pretty well. We'll see Schreiber take the snap in, shotgun, 2nd and 7, looks to throw. Hits the hands of Jacob Day, can't quite come down with it. We'll see a 3rd and 7.
Schreiber has been struggling with a little bit of accuracy. But then a couple times when he does get it, the ball just bounces right out of his receiver's hands. And it's just not really working for this passing offense today for Oak Hills.
Yeah, we saw, in the beginning running was going to be a big part of the game plan, and it looks like it's been that way in the second half. Every time they throw the ball, it's either a short pass or they try for something better, and it seems to go incomplete. 9:02 going to be on the clock in the ball game. No running clock. We aren't quite to that margin yet in the fourth quarter. Schreiber under pressure. Jacob Asbeck going for the sack, and he's going to bring him down. Did he cross that line of scrimmage?
There's a flag on the play.
There is a flag. So it does look like it'll be a holding penalty on the offense. So I believe Lakota West will decline that penalty. So the sack will stand for Jacob Asbeck as he continues his incredible run this year on defense. One of those best players on a team that has quite a few D1 guys in that secondary. High snap, punt is up, and it is away. A very high punt. Brennan Remy was back deep. That won't even come within 20 yards of him, as that's going to bounce out of bounds out around the 35-yard line of Oak Hills territory. So West very favorable to start. And Grant, as you'll note, as this West team starts to march out on the field, one of our favorite players, number 0, Davion McCoy, going to enter the game. We'll be watching him closely from up in the booth. One of those young guys looking to get in a couple snaps.
We would like to mention, we got the very nice opportunity to interview him after one of his major games. You can find that on our Twitter page at LWHSBC. And look us up. We've got all post-game interviews on there. We've got a bunch of exciting stuff from all of the great guys at Lakota West. So please go look it up. And we're excited that you guys support us.
So Davion will be in the backfield behind Mitch Bolden, who is out in the shotgun formation. See the snap, fakes the handoff to Davion McCoy. McCoy will switch to blocking. Bolden going to kick it out to the right side. That was, I believe, Scotty Johnson on that catch. Ended up sliding. They will call that a completion. Give him about 7 yards on that play. 8:28 and counting on the clock.
Yeah, when you've got a good running back like that, you can call these, fakes and all these options, and defense gets caught on them, and you can make an explosion on passing.
And there he is, Davion McCoy up the middle. Looked like he was pushing for it. Not quite sure from this angle just how many he was able to get out of that one. And they're going to spot that ball just shy of the first down marker, 3rd and 1. Oh, no, they call it 3rd and 1, and then now the chains are going to start to move. So Davion McCoy moving the ball across that first down marker. New set for Lakota West. Bolden going to fake that handoff. Gets it down inside the 10, another set of new downs.
That was beautiful from Bolden right there. That play wasn't a designed run for either Bolden or Davion. He saw and he read that the linebacker, or it might have been a defensive back, I did not collect that correctly, but he saw that blitz coming in and it targeting on the running back. And so he read that, kept the ball himself, and ran it for a sizable gain.
So it'll be a 1st and 10, ball spotted on the 10. Very unfavorable 1st and goal for Lakota West. The worst 1st and goal you can possibly have. 7:20 now on the clock left in the ball game. Bolden in the West offense looking to put it out of reach. He'll be back to throw, rolls out to the right side of the field. Caught on the right side of the end zone. We'll try and get you a number on who caught that ball. It's hard to see from our angle. That was Scotty Johnson back there in the corner of the end zone, able to haul that one in. And now West will take a 30-point, 30-0 lead. Tyler Bond now going to come out. The southpaw looking to make it 31-0 with 7:10 on the clock in the ball game.
Looks like we've got some younger students out here for the West student section running the flags. You gotta love seeing everyone getting inclusion tonight.
So the PAT is up and it is good. 31-0 our score. We're going to step aside for a quick moment. We still got 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in this ball game. Don't go anywhere. We got more coverage on the way. And we are back. Lakota West looking to boot this one away to Oak Hills once again. 7 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. West now up 31, beating these Highlanders 31-0 in a shutout so far. West still does not have a shutout on the year, as in both Sycamore and Lakota East games. They were able to put up last-second touchdowns. As that kick return going to be returned quite a bit by Jacob Day, almost to the 30-yard line of Highlanders territory.
It looks like clock is going to be running. Usually clock stops after kickoffs, but now with West at a 30-point differential, we're going to call that clock running, as we just got confirmation with the GMC rulebook. And so this game, expect it to wind down pretty quick. I would expect this to be the last drive of the game. If it's not, it'll be a West drive just running the clock out. And so let's ride this one out. We want to thank everyone who has shown out tonight. Another great stream, another great production here for the Lakota West Student Broadcast Channel. And we love all of you guys who have came out for us.
Yeah, we appreciate the support each and every week. It's an outstanding community here in the Lakota West athletics world, as we now approach 6 minutes on the clock left to go in the game. Oak Hills once again. As we said, Lakota West does not have a shutout yet, so while the scoreboard may not say so, this is a pretty big drive for this Lakota West team. Schreiber going to get that one away. I believe that hit the ground before the receiver came down with it. And that will be called incomplete.
Yeah. The receiver tried playing it off. He was like, I caught that, man. But it looked like it bounced straight off the ground into his hands. And even from us way up here, we were like, it's going to be called back. So they're going to call that back for 2nd and 10.
Clock is indeed running as we are already under 5:30 to play. West looking to hold their 31-point lead here late in the ball game. See a handoff up the middle. Not going to go much of anywhere. It'd actually be a loss of yards on the play. Multiple Firebirds able to get back there, but that was Ben Minnick, I believe, leading the way on that TFL. No, I apologize. That's Mike Brankamp who got back there on that sack. Or, sorry, not sack, TFL. We have seen both Brankamp and Ben Minnick come up very big on defense in some of these games.
Yeah, they're both pretty great players. Both amazing. They both are very knowledgeable in football. And so reading this offense is pretty easy. And one thing we talked about earlier is they're looking for the shutout. And so they're keeping some of their starters in as Schreiber goes out wide to the east side of the field to get that check down. But he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Seems just short of the first, and it's going to be 4th down.
That was Jacob Day once again on that reception. Not quite to that 1st down marker. They'll spot it officially 4th and 3. It does look like Oak Hill's a standout to go for it, as I don't blame them trying to avoid this shutout. Play for a little bit of pride heading into their next week at Fairfield, another very tough GMC team. Lee Schreiber back to throw, instantly under pressure from Asbeck. He's able to evade, throws it to his tight end. That was Nathan Fulton able to jump up and come down with the ball, so a Highlanders 1st down, just over 3:30 on the clock.
I wish we had some metrics on that kid. For all the way from up here, he looked a whole foot taller than the rest of that West defense, and his vertical got him up there. Pretty impressive what he's been doing, and that catch is a good indicator. I hope we see some more of him tonight.
Fulton, the senior 6'3", 200 tight end.
Big guy.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing GMC football, gotta expect those big guys all over the place on all teams. See the quick throw out to the right side. West gonna drag him down. It did look like they pushed for that 1st down marker. We do see a late flag on the play out of bounds. We now hit under 3 minutes to play. Not quite sure who that penalty was on. We'll see what the call from the refs is.
Oak Hill student section seems very safe that it was on West, and now the teams are moving, looking like it's on West. It's going to be a personal foul on the Lakota West defense. Late hit, probably.
I do believe that was a late hit personal foul. So, yeah, on top of that 10-yard play, now Oak Hill's already down in the red zone. They do have a 1st down on the 3-yard line, so they're not quite at 1st and goal, but they're getting ever so close to breaking that shutout for the 3rd week in a row.
Yeah, this is a classic from, but a big sack right there.
Jacob Asbeck getting back there, ripping down that quarterback. Jackson Schreiber took a hit from the junior, and there is a Firebird down on the field. That is Tabron Benny Powell, the man down in pain.
What happened there was just some poor communication from Lakota West. Tabron Benny Powell jumped over the fallen quarterback who was tackled, worried about getting a late hit, and he landed on Jacob Asbeck, who just got the sack. And so now all of a sudden you had a collision between 2 West players that looked pretty brutal. And we're hoping he's all for the best, because that looked like it hurt, and we hate to see it when someone goes down.
Jacob Asbeck standing up, supporting his teammate. He looks unscathed. Tabron does have a little bit of assistance making his way off the field. So we do have a little bit of a stoppage in play. We have 1:59 on the clock officially on what after that sack will now become a 2nd and 18 for Oak Hills.
Yeah, running clock doesn't stop anymore for going out of bounds or anything like that. But timeouts and injuries will always stop that clock. And so here we are, coming back out. Dakota West on defense. Oak Hill's trying to ruin this shutout.
Now, definitely a question that I'd be interested to find the answer to. It won't happen tonight, but has any OHSAA team come down with a, have they come back, to come back in the game with that running clock?
Once again, I hate it when you go, it won't happen tonight. Everything always happens after someone says it won't happen tonight. But we'll believe it's fine.
I mean, how much damage can you do with a minute 30, right?
Hey, they're already on our, seems to be what, 14?
Just a couple of kick returns away.
That's fine. But yeah, this is a Lakota West classic at this point. Blow out the other team, almost have that full game shutout. Such an elusive thing to do in football. And then on the last drive of the game, just let one in. But here we are.
See the throw from Schreiber. It's his man able to fight just inside the 10-yard line, not going to get to the first down marker. So we will see a 4th down for Oak Hills, who no doubt is going to go for it. And we have flags late everywhere on that play.
Jacob Asbeck having to be pulled away by his own teammates there. Seemed a little angry, and he still seems upset. A lot of late contact and pushing around the pile there. And all these refs are coming together to say, well, who did that? Well, here comes the ref out with the call, and we'll see what they decide.
You see Coach Bolden looming on that 15-yard line like a shark in the water, waiting for those refs to make that call. And it is going to be a personal foul. So that ball going to move even closer to that end zone. Automatic first down, I believe, for Oak Hills, as they will now have the ball spotted on the 5-yard line. So indeed, it will be a first down and goal from the 5. The change showing something different, but I do believe the scoreboard is correct here, as we do get a whistle and a stoppage in play.
We're going to say that's a timeout coming from Lakota West. And so as that timeout comes, we're going to take a break here. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you right after this.
And we are back, 40 seconds to go. Oak Hills trailing Lakota West at Lakota West, 31-0 our score. The game pretty much put away, but we still got a few more seconds to play out. Oak Hills down in the red zone. Now we do have a little bit of miscommunication. The scoreboard showing first down and 5, the chains showing 3rd and 2. I do believe it is going to be a 3rd and 2. Yeah, the scoreboard just changed. So lots of mixed information coming from both sides, but we're able to work it out in the end. And I believe this is the kicking team for, oh no, sorry. No, this is still Jackson Schreiber out on the field.
Yeah, the kicking team is not coming out right now. They want to punch one in and go home saying we scored a touchdown. But it looks like they're going to call it 4th down actually on the sticks.
Schreiber back to throw. Under pressure, brought down instantly. Who else? Jacob Asbeck, the man, finally bringing him down, and that is ball game. Turnover on downs, it'll be West ball. They will probably not put one in the end zone, so we'll call it a final score of 31-0. They do still have 19 seconds on the clock to run out.
This week, we're going to try and get star player Jacob Asbeck to join us on Bird Talk. He really and was a show out tonight. Closed down that defense closed down that offense, for Oak Hills. And he will be our first defensive guest on Bird Talk besides Malik Hartford, who showed out before week 1. And so we're excited to have him on. If he accepts our offer after the game, we'll talk to him. And we'll see you guys this week on our podcast. Here we are with Lakota West to kneel the ball and call this one game.
So we will get a knee, and it is official. 31-0 our final score. Your Lakota West Firebirds able to take down the Oak Hills Highlanders at home. as that clock will officially hit triple zeros. We thank each and every one of you for tuning along. Thanks for hanging with us. Nick Johnson and Grant Hageman, as always, bringing you the coverage from the booth. We'll be down on the field grabbing some post-game interviews. Thanks for